man of average attractiveness has to swipe right 200 times to get one coffee, and then 4 of those 5 coffees will ghost him. You can't tell women to lower their expectations, but this is the reality. When you ask a man if you could have a woman who had 80% of everything you wanted, 75% say, yeah, I'm on board. When you say to a woman, a man has 80% of what you want, 75% say that's not enough. But even look at the media. What does the media tell a woman to do? He's out, but he didn't open your door. He's not nice to his parent. Walk right out on that man. Every piece of media is you don't need him. You're a strong, independent woman.
3 ways to go slow while dating. If you're really trying to build something intentional with somebody, then I need you to pay attention. Now, number 1, don't automatically drop your life just because of this new person. The goal isn't to get off of your daily routines and daily habits just to make a whole bunch of time for this new person. The goal is to find someone that really fits in with your daily routine and habits already. Someone who's easy to make time for because y'all have similar interests. That way, spending time with each other won't feel forced. It'll just feel natural. Now, number 2, don't get settled in with this person until y'all go through some sort of adversity. I feel like a lot of us be getting in these relationships really quick just because everything seems so peaches and cream in the beginning. But we don't think about how things change when arguments come up or negative things happen in their life or they go through drastic changes. Although those things aren't predictable, it's still good to be patient and see how they react through those situations, because those situations can tell you a lot about the person you're really dealing with. And last but not least, have in-depth conversations about past relationships and pay attention to how they talk about them. This isn't to get information about the exes and all that stuff from the past. This is simply just to understand what they've been through and if they take accountability, because nobody's perfect. So if they respond to this by just dogging their ex over and over again, that might be a red flag you gotta watch out for. And also, just getting a better understanding of what they've been through can help you do better for them in y'all's relationship. Now, all of these are extremely important, so I need you to save this video.
For some people, you don't get to experience like a hard situation with them until after a good amount of time. So my question would be to him, like, what do you do in that situation? As for me though, what I would recommend is like pay attention to the person's actions. Ask them questions, intentional questions, about topics that surrounds like financial intelligence, emotional intelligence, like he said, their past relationships, stuff like that will give you an insight into how the person's mind is. And I believe once you do that, you will increase your chances of having a successful relationship.
This is why during the first 3 months of dating, you should never listen to what any man tells you. The reason a man falls for you is because he wants something from you. And because men are such visual beings, be sure that in the beginning, he will fall for your beauty. His motivation to pursue you comes from his high levels of testosterone. Maybe he will tell you that you are the most beautiful woman he has ever met, and that he believes that you are going to be the one for him. And you know why a man will tell you that you're gorgeous and amazing? Because he knows very well that a woman falls for what she hears. And that's all very sweet. But I still don't want you to listen to him, because he himself doesn't know yet how he really feels about you. I want you to wait for 90 days, because that's when his testosterone levels will start to drop and you will finally see how he really feels about you. Because in the very beginning, girl, that man is in love with the idea of being in love with you. But if after 3 months he still tells you that he thinks you are the one for him, then you can start to listen to him. Because now he knows that what he's telling you, he actually believes.
What I believe and what I've seen, what is proven, is that if you are serious about dating and finding a relationship and wanting a healthy relationship, you have to be intentional with your actions. And that goes from the way you carry yourself, to the way you present yourself, the way you articulate yourself, and the things that you show interest in, which revolves around questions, activities, stuff like that. Now, keeping secrets is not building a relationship off a good foundation. Not saying that you should tell somebody everything within the first week or two, but gauge the situation, gauge the emotional maturity or emotional intelligence of the person that you're dealing with, and then gradually have certain conversations. The more time passes, and you probably see aspects of the person that aligns with what you're going for, it will feel natural to have certain conversations.
First, I don't know what what's wrong with me. He's kind, he's consistent, he actually texts me back, and I'm just not feeling it. Like, there's no spark. Aha, the spark. Yes, there's just no chemistry. And describe the chemistry you're used to. You know, butterflies, the thrill, wondering if he likes me, overthinking every single text. That's not chemistry. Yes, it is. That's your nervous system in a state of panic. What? What you call spark is the feeling of you being slightly unsafe. That's not true. You grew up in fear, so peace feels like nothing, and nothing feels like boredom, and boredom feels like he's not the one. Okay? But he is the one. He's just the first one who isn't activating your trauma. Oh no. You don't have a chemistry issue, you have a distorted lens of love. So every guy that I was obsessed with was just an anxiety delivery system, yes. Crap. The nervous system learns on what it was raised on. If it was chaos, consistency will feel like rejection until you teach yourself otherwise.
And she just kind of sums up the whole theory of attachment styles. But a lot of people don't even get this, bro, because I've had an experience where girls told me that I'm too boring, or, you know, like ask me why I don't argue with them, but like, what's the point of arguing? I'd rather just have a conversation and just get it over with, you know?
Here are the top 3 things you should never, ever tell a man in early dating, because they will be used against you. Not in a court of law. In a court of, hopefully you're not his gesture. Number 1, any insecurities you have, girl. You don't know this man yet. You don't know what he's going to do with that information yet. You cannot reveal all your cards and trauma dump on date 2, 3, 4 even. You need to know a man a little bit more before you start telling him your insecurities, because a narcissist, a really good one, will use them against you. Number 2, how much money you actually make. You can let him know that you have a job. You can let him know what your job title is. You can let him know that you love, hate your job, whatever. You never give that man exact earning income. Not right away. You don't lie about it. You don't overinflate. You don't dumb it down. You just don't tell him. If he wants to know, let him know. You know what? That's personal information, but let's get to know each other a little bit more. What's your favorite color? Okay, valid. Number 3 is how poorly your exes treated you. Whether you were taken advantage of, whether you were cheated on, whether he was a jerk to you, you do not tell him any of these things. Again, we're not lying here, but we are just not sharing this very vulnerable information because, again, you do not know how it will be used by this person that you don't know yet. A girl should always stand guard until a man starts proving that he's a good guy. And there's a lot of them out there, but don't start trauma dumping or giving him the answers to the test on date number 3. He has to earn all this valuable information. This is not about showing off for that guy. You need to focus on whether or not this is a good person and a decent partner for you. We're not impressing here. And we're also not playing the victim to the ghosts of ex-boyfriends past. That information is sacred. Keep it to yourself until that man has earned it.
She gave good advice, but my only question to you is like, how long is too early for you? 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months? So that's my only question. How long is too soon?
Character is more important than chemistry. Attraction matters, but it's not the foundation. Here's the big idea. Be attracted, yes, but marry character. Chemistry fades, but character compounds.
That's so good. Character is everything. Character is what says, you know, what's going to keep someone faithful. Character is somebody keeping their word. Character is being able to trust someone because you know that they're not going to lie to you.
Right.
Character's everything.
So here's some things that I would look for in being equally yoked. I would look for friendship. Mm-hmm. You said that already. Do I like being around them? I would look for vision. Mm-hmm. Are we going the same direction? Do we see the future the same way? I would look for humility and also forgiveness. Mm-hmm. Can they own their wrongs and grow? Mm-hmm. That's huge. 26 years talking, y'all. The ability for us to forgive quickly, to humble ourselves quickly. Baby, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I used the wrong tone. That's huge. Submission. Are they submitted to godly authority? Mm-hmm. Is huge. If you ever marry somebody and they're like, well, I don't want to go in for counseling. I don't want to put my business in the street. Red flag. Because you got to see how they submit to authority, because when stuff hits the fan, you want to be able to say, okay, is that person going to allow anybody to speak into their life? Or are they going to be prideful? Are they healed, like in their heart?
Yeah.
Are they doing their work to overcome past trauma and sin? So here's some tests. How do they handle pressure? How do they handle truth? How do they handle money? And how do they handle community? Basically, that's what I'm talking about. in dating season, you can ask questions like, tell me about a time where you were wrong and made it right. It's almost like an interview. It's like a job interview. A date is like I want to see, should I partner with you? Should I take your last name? Should I have babies with you? Like, this is not a light thing. This is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Don't fix the person you're dating. It's not your job, and you're not capable of it.
Wow.
And if you are dragging a boyfriend or a girlfriend to a level of life that they don't want to live at, what do you think marriage is going to look like? You used a perfect phrase, a growth mindset.
Yes.
Because I cannot change anyone.
No.
But we all have to change as life changes. If that person does not come with a growth mindset themselves, oh, I'm in trouble.
Ron.
What he's saying is huge, man. I've been in that situation before where I've met a person and the quality of life that I want, they're not on the same page. At least at that time, they didn't show me any signs that they were willing to meet me on that level. And I've made that mistake before where I spending too much time in a situation that I shouldn't have, trying to drag that person with me to meet me at the standard of life that I want. But shit, it was a difficult thing to learn, man, but solid advice.
Green flags in men. You know what's actually attractive? A man who knows how to repair. Not the perfect man, because that man doesn't exist, but the accountable one. The guy who circles back after an argument. Hey, I didn't like how that landed. Can we try that again? I still care about you. Men who can regulate their emotions are rare. Men who can regulate and take responsibility, that's hot. That's the real green flag. Not the guy with a cute dog or says they go to therapy on Hinge.